Hey, this is Cahill, host of the Let's Talk About It podcast. This podcast is about motivating and inspiring professionals in the beauty industry. If you like this podcast, make sure you subscribe and enjoy the interview. Hey, what's up, everybody, man? Cahill Bryant here at the Let's Talk About It podcast. We are back in effect here at the Garage Collective, man. I am here with two lovely women, Ruthy Q and Angel Alvarez. How y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
So happy to be here.
Yes,
talking
absolutely.
with you.
Yes.
Man, I'm so excited to be here to have this conversation about your guys' special event that you guys got going on, the San Diego Barber Expo. Put on a shirt, bro. Check that out. Man, it is going down October 13th, 2024. You guys don't want to miss this event. It's going to be an amazing outcome, So how you guys feel about what's going on and everything?
Really excited.
Yeah?
We
Yes.
have a lot of good things planned, and we're really excited to bring something of this caliber to San Diego.
Right.
So we're putting a lot of hard work into it to make sure that people get something out of it when they leave and are talking about it for months after.
Years after.
Right. Years after. That's
Like
going.
expecting it every single year.
Right.
So it's super exciting right now. Like Angel said, we have been putting so much time, effort, and energy into it, and it's going to be amazing.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been to Angel's events before, and there's such a great experience, you guys. So if you're in the industry, if you're not in the industry, trust me, this is somewhere that you want to be. Before we get into the Barber Expo, both these ladies own businesses. And so my girl Angel here owns San Diego Barber Supply, and Ruthy Q owns
The Clipper Game Barbershop.
Right. So, Ruthy, how long have you been in business?
I have been in business for a little over a year, since June of 24? 23.
Right.
Since June of 2023, I've been in business, and I've been loving the journey of owning a barbershop, and I'm expecting great things.
Right. So, just one question.
Yeah.
Are you loving the journey to the full effect?
I do. I love the journey. That is a loaded question.
It's a loaded. You can go every which way that you want to go.
It's a loaded
but
question. So I do love the journey. I love being able to be in the community, talk to the community, service the community. There are some challenges, but we're working out the kinks. I do love the journey. I love the industry of barbering. I love the beauty, the hair industry. So like I always say, hair runs through my veins. So I'm loving the journey.
I love that. So, where are you guys located?
We're located at 5065 Federal Boulevard, so on the corner of Federal and Euclid, and right next to the Domino's. So Domino's, Par Liquor, Smoke Shop, right there in the corner.
If you're from Southeast, you know what she's talking about. Right? Everybody knows who Par Liquor is at. You ever get a chance to check out a barbershop, man? Go to the Clipper Game, right? No, Angel has a barber supply. I think everybody in San Diego has been there. If you're a barber, if you've been there, you need to go check her out. How long you been in business?
So I've been in business for about, I think, coming up on 8 years now. So kind of started around 2015 and really got our location up and running around 2016.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if you guys know, so a little backstory, right? I remember the first time Angel came into the barbershop, and she was driving this big blue truck that had SD Barber Supply on the side of it, and she was selling barber stuff, right? And I was just like, man, who's this girl selling barber supplies to all these barbers, right? You know what I mean? And so just to see her journey from then to now, it speaks volumes of what you guys are doing now.
Yeah, thank you. It was that was quite a journey.
Right.
And I just want to thank you for being one of my day ones, because
Yes.
you always supported me, and it was such a intimidating position to be in. You know, I would drive around a 1982 Chevy step van that, you know, and full of barber supplies. And, you know, my husband had the tattoo supply, and he's like, we need to start doing barber supply. And, you know, like pretty much like you got to pay your dues. And so he, you know, started his business on the road, and therefore I was going to do the same thing. And so I did that for like 6 months to a year, I think. And it was tough. You pull up to barber shops, and, you know, predominantly they're men in there, and, you know, they already get their supplies from somewhere, and you show up. But the one thing that I've learned is, you know, consistency pays off. So if you say you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, and you do, then you know, your customer starts to depend on you and trust that you're going to be there with the products that they need. And that's what I tried to do. I tried to stay consistent and, you know, kind of let everybody know that I was going to be there and that I had all this stuff. You know, I did learn some things the hard way by trying to hook people up and them saying they'll pay me back next week. And barbers change shops and you'll never find them again. And but that's okay. You know, if I had to hook people up a little bit to gain, you know, their relationship and trust, then that's fine. And fast forward, you know, to now, and everything's going good. And I'm so glad I did what I did and met all those people. And everything I have in my shop is because of my customers. You know, I don't cut hair. I didn't, you know, I'm not a barber, but everything I have is because somebody said, hey, you know what, you should carry this. Like, I use this. And I always tell people, tell me what you use and I'll try and get it.
Right. So to piggyback on that, so what do you have at your establishment? What do you sell?
I sell clippers, trimmers, cool care, Stanic neck strips, level 3, hair products. It is a candy store for men's grooming. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So I've been told. And, you know, a lot of the beauty industry, they have beauty warehouses and they have a Sally's, and, you know, the men kind of don't have much except for Amazon and things that they have to order online. So it's nice to be able to have all the beard oils, the shave creams, the neck strips, the cool care, anything you need to complete a haircut we have. We carry Wall, Andis, Babyliss, Gamma, Stylecraft, Oster, you know, Coco now, Supreme, all these new brands that are coming out. So I try to keep my thumb on the pulse there and really, you know, stay in touch with what people are using, and so that there's a variety for everybody. It's tough though, you know, it's tough to have because products are really coming out fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. One thing I like that you said when we first started talking is about consistency, you guys, right? So with anything that you do, whether it is with barbering, cosmetology, esthetician, consistency is key.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, we've been doing this for a very long time, and I can tell you that me being consistent, Ruth being consistent, and Angel being consistent is the reason why we're successful at what we do. Right? So if you feel like, you know what, things aren't going your way, the way it's supposed to go, trust me, just keep going day by day, and it will work out. I'm telling you, it will work out, and we are products of that. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about October 13th, you guys.
Yes.
It is going to be a great event. The journey from now till then is going to be a roller coaster, but y'all going to get through it. And you know what? At that night, at 1 o'clock in the morning, right? We're going to be like, it was successful.
Yes.
Right.
But until then, you know what I mean? We got some work to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, first question I want to ask is, what inspired you to host a Barber Expo, and how did the idea come about?
So this is something that I had a vision for a long time.
Yes.
I wanted to do a Barber Expo, and I was looking for the person that I would partner with. And I talked to a few people, and I was like, oh no, you're not you're not going to be a good fit. And I was promoting my teaching, my education, my barber training course. And I went to some of the other places around San Diego, and I started talking to them, and they were like, well, there's a lady that does a barber expo. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she says, I think that she owns the San Diego Barber Supply. And I was like, wait a minute, I've been in there. Like, I've been in there many times.
For sure.
And I said, okay. So I'm just sitting there listening, and I'm like, okay. And the conversation finishes. Let me tell you how fast I got in my car. I almost ran to my car, and I was like, I'm going over there right now. Yeah. So I drive over there, and I go in and I say, wait a minute. Somebody told me that you have done a barber expo. And I got the neck going and everything. I'm like, somebody told me that you have done a barber expo and you do it every year. And she's like, well, I'm like, okay, you're not getting out of it that fast.
Right.
So I was like, so what do you think about that? And she was like, well, I've done one before, but I don't think I'm going to do any more. Because of, she ran down the list of reasons, and I was like, well, this is something that I'm passionate about. I really want to do it, and I think that we could come together and be a good partnership. And we started talking, and then she was like halfway through the conversation, she was like, oh, I'll do anything with you. I'll do anything with you. So that's how it came about, and we started meeting. We went to dinner one night and we talked about it. And I was so nervous at that dinner, and she never knew it, but I was like, okay, is she gonna like me? It was like a date.
I'm like, I'll have a margarita. I was ordering plates of food.
I know.
What do you want to do?
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about it, and here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
That's awesome, man. The connection that you guys have made.
Yeah,
you know
I think there was a connection, and I did pull away from doing those types of things for a hot minute. I do get overwhelmed. I get stressed out. I have the whole running my business and helping Gabe and stuff like that with his business, and but as she kept talking about it, I'm like, okay, like this is someone that will work well together, and she's business savvy, and I love that. So I think it all just clicked and it worked. And so, yeah, ever since then we've been planning, we've been, we have business meetings every week. We're on the phone all the time. We're pulling our resources together, people I know, people she knows. And so it's working really well, and I'm really excited that it's gone this smoothly. Of course, there are challenges that you face when you do stuff like this, but you work through it, and like you said, in the end, we're going to look back and it's going to all be amazing and work out well. Yeah. Right.
So you mentioned challenges, right? So what are some of the biggest challenges have you guys faced with planning this event?
When you plan something like this, you have to pull from many places, and you have to see who wants to be a part of what you're doing, and who's going to support you, and you have to rely on other people for other things, and so that's tough sometimes because everyone has other lives, and things that are life does not stop when you're doing this, and so you have to be able to balance all of that. And so I think we're both moms. We're both moms. Our kids are in sports. We're married. We have our businesses. We have employees. Like, it's, finding the ability to work with other people who can understand that, that's not your only job, and that can really help, support your vision and what you want to do. So working with other people is always a challenge, but you get through it, and it's just like anything else. I think, what else was a challenge?
I think that, just to piggyback off of what you said, I think it's a lot about being patient, because Angel is pulling her resources, I'm pulling my resources, but we have to wait on them because life does not stop for them, like Angel said. So it's being patient and saying, okay, this is what we're doing. We want you, but we have to wait a week to hear from you.
Right.
If at all.
Yeah. So like the companies, right? Like Wall, Babyliss, all the companies I purchase supplies from, I always will reach out to them and say, hey, do you want to be a part of this? So those companies not only have us asking, for their contribution or support, but look at how many shows are going on these days now. There is a expo in every city every week. And so they're, we're kind of waiting on them, but they're also like, okay, we're just doing this show right now. Of course we want to be there, but we got to wait a week. And so it's understandable.
Right.
But those are some of the things. So if like we're waiting on those companies to see like how they can help us with the show and stuff. No, that's a challenge because we're trying to do things like ASAP to like check that off the box,
Right.
But we can't.
No, I completely understand.
Like I sit home and I'm like, I should be doing something for
Right,
the,
yeah.
someone asks, hey, can you guys come out and, go to the desert with us or something? I'm like, no, I'm not doing anything until this is over.
It's October 14th.
Yes.
October 14th. Yes.
That's vacation time.
I think we're
right?
both going to be
Vacation
in
time.
like Bermuda. Like
Bermuda,
we're leaving.
the sun-
Like,
On the
we're
14th.
leaving.
Right, on the 14th,
Yes.
they're flying out. Yeah, so don't call them on the 14th, please.
We're gone.
All right? Let them rest,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
What's going to set your guys' Barber Expo apart from other barber events and competitions?
I think that, so like Angel mentioned, there are other expos,
Right.
or there are other competitions.
Yes.
There hasn't been an expo where it is all inclusive, where it is education, that is a clear outline of education and a clear outline of the competition, and then the fun thing that we have that we've added to it is the after party. You get to chill after the expo. But I think that sets us apart because we are making sure that it is something that is big enough that we're incorporating into the expo, the different elements of the expo. I think that because we're incorporating those things, it will set us apart from other expos. One thing that, excuse me, one thing that we are incorporating are some of the things that as the industry moves on, say SMP. SMP is a big thing that is just coming into the industry, and barbers are really wanting to do that. We're incorporating that into it. We're doing a demo and we're talking about it, and we're giving them the information that they need. Whereas some of the other expos, they don't really introduce those things. So I think that what sets us apart mostly is that we are incorporating those things. We're also doing the competition. We're also doing the party so that it is a well-rounded event.
And the other thing that we've decided to incorporate to make this a little different is we've partnered with US Bank. And so US Bank is going to be doing a financial literacy class where we've had multiple meetings with them and discussed the fact that we want it really tailored to self-employed people, to barbers,
Right.
to the people that generally work with a lot of cash, that we're living in the most expensive city in America. Like, maybe the old ways of handling your cash is not, what's going to benefit your future. And so they're tailoring this class to really discuss, if you're continuously, making that kind of cash, where should you be investing? You want to be able to create a paper trail. You want to be able to own a home one day, a car, this, that. And a lot of people, I think go through life, into their 20s and 30s, kind of if they don't have an example, right, a parent or somebody that they're learning, real money management from, then we all go out there in the world like, we got money, like we blow it, and so it's important that we, bring this class to them so that they can ask all the questions they have and to learn about, what they should be doing with that cash. Should you be paying yourself a paycheck? Should you not? Should you, how are you gonna create that paper trail. And so that class I think is going to be really good because they are tailoring it to this specific group of self-employed people.
Independent contractors,
Yeah.
right? I like what both of you guys said. Both sparked, like, as far as financial literacy, that sparks something I have a passion about, like educating other young barbers about that. You know what I mean? Because we don't have that, you know, in school. You know, they might just give you a pamphlet or a booklet, like read it yourself.
Yeah.
But we didn't have people come in and like literally sit down, like, okay, hey, this is how much coming out, this is how much you're gonna make, right? So how are you gonna, at 18, 20 years old, by the time you're 50 years old, how are you gonna have a nest egg to retire?
Right.
Right? Because me and Ruth know,
Yeah.
20 years in the game, like your back starts hurting.
Yeah.
Your feet
Right.
start giving out on you. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And,
Yeah.
and so you don't want to cut for the rest of your life,
Right.
And like I said this before, there's nothing wrong with cutting until you're 70 years old. It's not that's what you want to do.
Right.
But
You want to be
if
able
you
to
want to
retire.
cut, that's fine, right? Because not because you have to
Yeah.
at that age. You know what I mean?
Right.
So financial literacy, I would be here just
Right.
for that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm an S&P artist as well, so
Okay.
you know, I don't know the lady that you're bringing in for the S&P. What's her name?
Her name is
Joanna.
Johanna, right? I saw that she's going to be
Yeah.
doing education. Now, is your guys' education? Does it cost, or is it you push the ticket? It comes with the education, or is it a separate cost?
So you can actually buy a ticket that includes the education. So we have different structures. We have the expo with the education. We have education with the expo and the after party. We have VIP tickets. We have different structures, but there is a ticket specifically for the expo and education.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's an all access,
All access. Now, plug where people can go and purchase a ticket if they want to, like
so
right now.
you can go to Eventbrite and just search the city of San Diego, and you're going to type in San Diego Barber Expo, and you're going to click on tickets. You're going to click on get tickets to see all the options there are for the different ticket prices, to get a booth if you want to be a vendor, to compete as well. So a lot of times people have asked me this already, like, I can't navigate through there. You just click on tickets and it'll give you a menu of everything and you can go there. Or you can come into my shop and we have physical tickets for sale so that you can avoid the Eventbrite fees. California Hair Design Academy also has some tickets for sale, and Ruthy has tickets for sale at her shop as well. So if you want to avoid fees, come to our place of business. We could sell them to you there. And we take cash or Zelle for the physical tickets.
Okay. Now, where's your location?
I am located, SD Barber Supply is located on 7202 El Cajon Boulevard, Suite A, in between Caston Brand Tattoo Shop and La Mesa Smoke Shop.
Yes. I've been to plenty of times.
Yes.
I know exactly. All right. Now, we're going to have the education portion, right? We're talking about the after party, but we didn't mention kind of the competition. So what type of competitions will be featured at the event? What skills or creativity do you hope to see from the participants?
So our competitions, we have, excuse me, we have the Femme Fatale. So
Okay.
ladies, bring your A game.
Let's go.
We have the tag team, which is a professional and a student. And don't get any ideas, you cannot fix the other side.
Right.
We have the King Queen of San Diego. We have, what are the others?
The specialty cut, the new the showdown or tag team.
That was the student. And we have the Babyliss Blitz.
Oh, the Babyliss Blitz. You can only use Babyliss tools.
Yes.
Yeah. So the competitions are going to be so fun. Like
So much fun.
some of the cuts for the specialty cut. It's like a reverse south side fade. It's a Gumby cut. You could do an Edgar mullet. So that's where you can really come in and show your creativity. I think that competition is going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that there's some pretty good barbers entering these competitions. So I'm so excited to see what goes on. And the Femme Fatale I'm really excited about too, because that is ladies only. There's so many amazing lady barbers in San Diego, which is another reason why I think doing this event in San Diego was so important to us, is because, San Diego, a lot of companies are like, San Diego. I'm like, look, it's not LA and it's not Las Vegas, but don't count San Diego out. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
The barbers that we have here are so good. Like my funny commercial I made, cutting has the level that these barbers are cutting at is so beyond what it used to be. It's pretty amazing. It's very creative. It's artistic. You have to have skills. Like, it's really cool. It's the competitions alone, I think, are so fun to watch. And like you said, this event is for everybody. You could be an aspiring barber. You could be a barber. You could be the dad that cuts his kid's hair around the block.
Absolutely.
Like, you're gonna get so much out of this regardless, that it truly is for everybody, and it's going to be quite the experience. Also, San Diego Barber Supply is going to be giving away free stuff all through the day, like I like to do.
Who likes free stuff?
In good free stuff. Yeah.
Right?
So,
Yeah,
hair products, the VIPs all get a swag bag. That's going to include products from Brightside Barber, Level 3, Babyliss, Wall. So there's going to be really good stuff in the swag bags, and really good. We're going to be doing raffles. We're just going to be doing giveaways. We're going to have a DJ DJ D-Rock from Z90 again is going to be our DJ, and he's going to be giving shout outs to the different companies and different barbers. So I'm so excited. Like, it's going to be quite the show.
I'm excited too. Like, when I walked in here, I was like, wow. I looked all around. You see all the cars. You see all the decor. Like, it's an amazing, just to come and just see how it's going to look, it's just going to be, you know what I mean, an experience.
Right, and that's also, what sets us apart from the other expos. We're not in a ballroom. We're not in a hotel. This isn't going down at the Motel 6. This is, nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with them going down in barbershops and in different spaces. But this is also like the aesthetic that like we want to. This is different. This is more intimate. It is a little smaller. It's not the LV. It's not the Connecticut. It's not the Braun Brothers. Like, it's not that big. But this venue is more intimate. It is more private. It is still 15,000 square feet. Let's not forget.
Right.
But which I think the networking is going to be better. I think that it's just really going to pull everyone together more, and I think it's just nice and different. Like, having a space that's different. It's something special.
Yeah, definitely special. Now, the Babyliss, right? Competition. Now, some people might not. In that case, Babyliss tools only, right? They might thinking like, do I have to bring my own tools, or are you guys going to provide the tools for them? How's that competition?
They
work?
should bring their own tools.
Okay.
Yes.
Whatever they're comfortable using.
Yes.
Okay, you guys. So if you're going to enter the Babyliss competition only, bring your own tools. All right. They're not providing them for you guys. Right.
And we also have Vinny Mori, who is the Babyliss Pro educator. So he will be there all day helping us. He's actually going to be doing the new barber class at the start of the education. So we're excited to have him. We have Megan Cherry, the barber, coming from San Antonio, which she does her own expo, and she's another woman in the industry, and she's been so supportive. So is Vinny. We're so excited. We also have a wall educator, Rory Savagian. So we're excited to announce him and come out with his flyer soon. And we have more special judges and guests that are coming, so we're excited.
And then educator Aaron is
Aaron,
the MC.
my boy Aaron.
Educator Aaron
What's up,
is the
Aaron?
MC, and he will be taking us through the whole night. Everyone's excited about
It's very
Aaron.
fun.
I love Aaron, right? Just to give him a plug, he actually, I've taught he was at some Trams barber school back in the day, and I taught there.
Oh,
And he
I remember.
Yes, and I actually helped me bring some of his students into my barbershop. So much love, Aaron. I appreciate you, brother. Really good dude
Absolutely, yeah.
in the game. So we're about to wrap it up a little bit. But got a couple more questions. One question would be, what advice would you give to barbers who are looking to participate in or host their own expos?
I think that the biggest advice that I would offer to them is to be patient, because I know a lot of times when we are doing an event, we like things to come together very quickly. And Angel and I started planning 6 months ago. And the ball is moving, and it's moving very quickly. So I think that if you are trying to host an inclusive event, I think that just be patient. It's not going to happen overnight. It does take some planning. And especially if you want it to be successful, make sure that you invest the time, the energy into making sure that it is successful. Because the money. One thing that I always say is, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you pull it together, that's the result of what it'll look like. If you take your time and you're patient and you put the effort into it, then you'll get the results that you're expecting.
Right. And I mean, to piggyback off that, sometimes like something you want to do, you gotta do for the love of it as well.
Absolutely.
Right? Like,
You can't expect that, you go into a show and expect that I'm going to make all kinds of money, or like that's going to happen. Like you said, you got to love what you're doing, and you have to expect that maybe you'll just like break even, or, it's your first show. It's, you need to build from there. Like any business, like anything.
It's anything.
Yeah.
Else. Exactly.
And one other thing is that just because other people are also doing what you want to do, don't let that discourage you.
Absolutely.
There's room for everybody, and everybody is going to do it differently, and that person's just gonna, them doing it their way is gonna set them apart from the other expo. So don't get discouraged, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel, because you're gonna put your own style and your own spin on it, and it's gonna be fine. It's just it's again consistency and sticking to the plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So last question, right? What do you hope attendees, both competitors and spectators, take away from this experience?
I really hope that competitors take away the feeling of a new accomplishment. I think that a lot of people, they're nervous, they're scared to compete. But now is the time. If you are a barber in San Diego and you don't have to travel to Arizona, to Vegas, to all these other places, and it would be your first competition, do it at home. Do it where you have supporters. Do it where your family is going to come help you. Do it where your friends are going to support you. Start here at home. This is your gateway to seeing if you like it, to trying it out. Try something new. You never know what's going to happen. In these events, it's if you're a barber or you want to be a barber, you got to come to these. You got to network. You got to meet people. You got to be open too to other people's advice and the guidance that a lot of them want to give to you. You can't be shut off. You can't think that you know everything. You don't know everything. We don't know everything. We come here to learn, to network, to build relationships. You don't know where we're going to be in 20 years. I may need your help. You may need my help. We want to be able to create relationships here in San Diego that are going to last forever, and good ones, and build bridges. And competing is a really good way, because you're being put on the spotlight, and you never know, someone's going to be like, hey, I love that cut, that's rad, great
Right.
job. And
Right.
you had no idea that you were going to bring that. You were going to like really bring your A game. You didn't know you were going to really show up and show out and impress certain people, or even just yourself. Like, do it for yourself. You're going to leave with whatever feeling, you know, that doing that cut gave you, and just go from there. And spectators, I hope they have a really good time. I hope that everyone has so much fun and leaves being like, that was an amazing show. You know, it's, I just hope that everyone has a good time.
I think that one thing that I want people to take away from it is I want them to anticipate it for next year. I cannot wait for the San Diego show because it is that good. So I want them to anticipate it and talk about it for until the next show, and just anticipate where's it going to be this year, and what are they going to do, who are they going to have. So I want them to have that high level of anticipation.
Think about it, you guys. This is San Diego Barber Expo, right? We're not talking about Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Phoenix. This is San Diego. So if you are a barber, cosmetologist, or if you're just in the beauty industry and live in San Diego and cut hair in San Diego, the county within itself, you need to be here October 13th at the Garage Collective, right? Because it's going to be a great experience, man. We got education, we have competitions, we just have just good fun and just great people, right? And so I can't wait to be here. I'm excited. The last time I went to, it was a great experience, and now I'm looking forward to it now. You know, so I can't wait, man. And it's a great honor to be here. To finally get to meet you, Ruth.
Yes, thank
Q.
you.
You know, I appreciate you. Angel, you always been the homegirl, and it's always
My day one, right?
Right, yeah. So it's just good to be around good people, man. Good people that are doing great things in the community. You know what I mean? So I'm excited, man. I can't wait. Is there anything else that you guys want to say, plug about your event?
No, we can't wait to see Let's Talk About It podcast there.
Yes,
And I wonder what Kay's going to be doing there.
Man, you know, so this is my, I don't know if you guys, I haven't been around for a while to be here, a year off, got my degree, right? And this is my first interview back, right?
Ooh.
So I'm back now. Just get ready for just more great content, just more barbers that I'm looking forward to interview here in San Diego. And I can't wait, man. It's October 13th, the San Diego Barber Expo. If you guys ain't here, be square.